Hey guys, Jamaican Jazz here with another basic professions guide. Today we'll be looking at the farming profession. In order to train farming, you'll first need a garden home. Farming allows you to grow crops from a different range of seeds by creating fertilizer and placing them in farming plots. Once fully grown, the crops can be harvested and processed to produce a range of products that can be used for upgrades, creating materials for gear, or cooked as a food source. There are two stations that farmers will use, the main station for processing being the farming station. This is where fertilizer is created and fully grown crops are processed. The second station is the farming plot. This is where the crops grow. Farming plots can be created with the construction skill inside a claim, requiring fertilizer to build. There is also a pre-built farming plot in each of the starter towns that can grow up to 10 plants at the same time for players to use. While these plots have different visual appearances, they function in the exact same way. To grow crops, farmers rely heavily on foragers to provide them with seeds early on. They will also need foragers to provide materials to create fertilizer to help grow their crop. Fertilizer can be made from flowers at a 5:1 ratio, or berries at a 2:1 ratio, which are both gathered by the foraging profession. Fishers can also assist farmers by providing lake fish fillets at a 2:1 ratio and ocean fish fillets at a 1:1 ratio, while hunters can help with raw meat at a 1:1 ratio. Finally, any food from the cooking skill can be converted into food waste and turned into fertilizer by farmers at a 2:1 ratio. Once any of the necessary materials have been acquired, farmers can go to a nearby farming station to start creating fertilizer. The farming station is also where any future yields will need to be processed to become usable by other professions. There are 3 different plants that can currently be grown by farmers, with the first being wispweed. Wispweed require either 5 wild fiber plant seeds or 1 wispweed seed to grow a single plant. Foragers can occasionally gather wild fiber plant seeds from Tier 1 fiber bushes, and wispweed seeds are obtained from processing fully grown wispweed plants at the farming station. Wispweed filaments are also obtained from the processed plants and are used by the tailoring profession to create cloth. The second plant farmers can grow is ember grain. Ember grain plants will require either 5 wild grain seeds or 1 ember grain seed per plant. Foragers can find wild grain seeds from ember grain plants in the wilds. Ember grain seeds are obtained from processing fully grown ember grain plants. Processing the plants also produces ember grain, which is an ingredient used by the cooking skill to create flour for food recipes. There is also a rare chance of receiving straw, which is a rare upgrade material used at the leatherworking station. The third plant that farmers can grow are star bulbs. Star bulb plants will require either 5 wild bulb seeds or 1 star bulb seed per plant. Foragers can find wild bulb seeds from star bulb plants in the wild, and star bulb seeds are obtained from processing fully grown star bulb plants. Processing the plants will also produce star bulbs, another ingredient that can be used by the cooking skill in food recipes. There is also a rare chance of receiving crop oil, which is a rare upgrade material used at the scholar station. When the seeds and the fertilizer have been acquired, farmers can plant them into farming plots. Growing crops is a time-gated activity that doesn't require the player to be there while the plant grows. I'd highly recommend staggering crafts so that you can work on creating fertilizer or processing products while waiting for a new set of crops to grow, if you want to maximize the time you have between growing periods. Farming is a little different from other professions when it comes to accessing higher tier products. First, while the farming station itself must be upgraded to process higher tier products, the farming plots themselves do not. This is because the upgrade process happens within the farming plots. Second, starting from tier 2 onwards, growing plants will require buckets of water for each plant, so make sure to have some friendly carpenters around to supply you with them. Finally, gaining access to the next tier will require 5 unprocessed plants of the previous tier in the initial process, before you start getting the new seeds later. So, for example, to grow 1 tier 2 ember grain plant, you will need 5 tier 1 ember grain plants along with tier 2 fertilizer. This is the same for the other 2 plants, you will just need 5 bulb or 5 wispweed plants if you want to access those instead. Once you gain seeds from the new tier, each plant will cost only 1 seed and 1 fertilizer of that tier, but will also require a bucket of water. If you want to access tier 3 plants, then you will need 5 unprocessed tier 2 plants with tier 3 fertilizer and so on. Now you know the basics, you're on your way to becoming a master farmer. Farmer is an important part of a claim or community because it provides materials for food, cloth, and claim upgrades. Cloth gear is highly sought after by any processing profession for the speed buffs and increased stamina gauge. Good food is vital for gatherers, artisans, and even combatants, as it provides different buffs based on the ingredients used to make it. The 2 rare research materials farming produces, as well as enabling tailors to create cloth, puts farming high up on the list as a valuable profession. If you enjoy peacefully tending to your fields, or simply hate watching materials go to waste, then becoming a farmer might be the playstyle for you. Your claim members will appreciate you, even though it ain't much, but it's honest work. Just to recap, in order to train farming, you'll first need a garden home. Farmers can make fertilizer using flowers, berries, fish fillets, or raw meat, as well as food that has been converted into food waste. Farmers can grow crops from 3 different seeds. Wispweave plants can be processed for wispweave filaments. Embergrain plants can be processed for embergrain with a rare chance of receiving straw. And starbulb plants can be processed for starbulbs with a rare chance of receiving crop oil. That concludes my basic guide on farming. If you found this information useful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And if you want to catch me live, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Jamaican Jazz. Until the next video, happy hunting, and all hail the magical Tower of Dirt. Peace!